listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. Last time on The Nasty Table.
Cut off my own hand, my son. And you are restored instead to 2 hit points, and the uvula is now replaced with the face of Mike McAllister. What's going on?
A nice shift noise going straight in reverse, right?
Now! Impact hits, cannot get itself back up off the ground. It attempts to make a retreat, and it can't. No need, Dougie Bath. Roman Bird over at the county clerk's. All that paperwork's been taken care of. The van lights ablaze.
Is it gone? It's long gone.
Another thing that I want to talk about, which is something that popped in my head today, is we had a conversation. Conversation that it was, do you guys see this ending in any way other than a shootout? You guys are like, no, that's what it's got to be. So I want to ask, honestly, do you guys feel like you are locked into a predestined conclusion for this? Because of that thought?
No.
Because I don't want you guys to feel that way. Because whether you know it or not, I can just tell you, based off of the pain in my wrist from typing violently, that there are like a million ways that you guys can go with this. In fact, this has been one of the hardest sessions for this campaign in particular that I've had to prepare for, because I have no idea what you guys are going to do. I have no fucking clue what you guys are going to do at all. Normally when we go into a session, I'm like, oh yeah, they're going to tail Doug or do this or do that. I'm like, dude, like there's like a million things you guys can do. So try to prepare for most of them. But regardless, again, once we're done and I can kind of peel back the curtains a little, we'll talk a little more about it, but there's a million different ways that this can end right now at this point in time. More than I thought there were going to be. Whether or not you guys understand it, you have made decisions and done things to alter different trajectories that were originally predetermined and may now have to be calculated differently. Not just off of last session, but over the course of this entire campaign. Any comments there? Anything? No. Great. Well, now we can segue into the last thing that I wanted to talk about. Perfect segue, talking about endings and choices. We got D&D, still brewing, still cooking. Anybody got anything that's on their mind? Anyone read any of that paper?
I did some reading.
You did some reading?
I did some reading.
You can read?
Mom, I read!
Any thoughts? Any ideas for characters or anything? Any philosophies for characters? Shit that you don't want to do?
It was hard for me to think about anything, like not knowing like what's on your guys' mind. You know, I wasn't really thinking too deeply into like the character and whatever. There's a lot of gods. I read a lot of gods.
There are a lot of gods. And that's not even all of them. That's just like the ones that the average person would know.
Yeah. And then I need to get like a list of like the races and shit, because I saw there was races in like the Google Doc or whatever, but then it's like, what other, like, are those just added to the regular ones?
Those are ones that differ from the regular ones. So there's, if you just Google,
so it's the regular ones and those.
Yes.
Those are just the added ones.
Yes. And
I need a book.
Or
I don't like the PDF one.
If I put them in there, then it's because they're different than what it is out of the book. Like in the book, elves live for like 600 years. It's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's around 600.
I think it's around 600.
You just kind of like modified it a little bit.
I quadrupled that. They live for,
okay.
I think I even did it higher than that. They live very, very, like, insanely long in this setting. Dwarves are just a little bit different, just based off of the lore that Wizards of the Coast have. Fuck Wizards of the Coast. They suck dick. I've given them too much money. But yeah,
I think we should have a session 0, or at least a couple.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And by session 0, I mean where we all sit down with fucking books on the table, and we're and we're kind of collaborating as we make synergist characters.
Yeah.
Well, what I would like to do is have a session -1 where we just do that. We just sit down. I might even not even record it. Probably not even going to record it. Sit down, crack open into the books, go through some stuff, situate ourselves mentally with the rules, spellcasting rules, spell preparation rules, spell acquisition rules, because I know spells are kind of more complicated, combat rules, healing, deciding whether or not I want to do the thing that I want to do, which I really still want to do. I think that would be so fun. You don't think that would be fun?
No.
What is it again?
The hardcore shit.
I want to do death saves meat grinder mode, which is harder death saves. That's the one that I'm on the fence about. The other one that I want to do is extended rest, where a short rest, normally it's like an hour, is a day, and a long rest, which is just a night's sleep, is a week. I
like that
I want to
idea.
do that so bad. That
I think
seems
that's a
so
good idea.
fun, because then you guys have downtime and you can explore cities, and the books have so many downtime activities, things that you guys can do when you're not off adventuring, of like gambling and making connections and doing this, or maybe working on the side or something, you know.
Yeah.
The issue becomes, okay, well, now we're role-playing 7 days. And you're telling me that if I get in any sort of combat during those 7 days, it interrupts my long rest? How am I going to work around that? That's just me. I would have to, if we do it, I'll have to fuck with the rules. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of room for more narrative stuff. If you just ran through the fucking wild woods and you got like attacked by a monster plant. Yeah, dude, I need a couple days to fucking relax. That shit was crazy, you know? You don't think so? How do you feel about it?
Were you talking about monitoring like food and water too? Did you mention that?
Absolutely not. I will never.
I thought that's what part of your meat grinder mode was.
As God is my witness, I will never track food, water, or ammunition. I promise that.
I'm absolutely open to trying the meat grinder idea in like a shorter setting too. You know what I mean? Like I don't think we should just, okay, now our long-term D&D campaign is going to be this new thing that we're trying out. You know, I'm definitely open to trying something shorter with
How
that.
would we do that? How do you do a one-shot that takes place over a couple days? That's not like a pointed question. That's me more thinking out loud.
Yeah, I think that there could be some freehand with it, some like short arc type of thing,
Maybe.
not a one shot necessarily.
This was supposed to be a short arc.
Right.
I'm not good with that. Historically. You guys want to give me a recap of the last session?
This is something where if this was just like a regular case and like an accident happened and he lost his fucking hand, he would consider retiring.
What if Roy he's trying to fix his tractor and the timing belt comes off and just lops off his fucking hand? You
Right.
turn it in your badge and you're gone. You can't serve in the line of duty.
Right. Right. I mean, you said it, right? Yeah, like I can't, like, if this,
I feel like I'm killing characters without killing characters here. I did it with you, and I think this may be the beginning of, I mean, after this case is over, can you stay with the force? Maybe behind a desk. Sure, if you really, really want to, but do you want to?
right, like, you know, not for nothing, the lieutenant position, right, that's open, like, that is absolutely more of a desk job. But Roy's in shock right now. He's still in shock. He doesn't fucking know he can't process what just happened.
Sure,
you know?
but this is more Alex looking at the trajectory.
Right. I don't think...
Are you mad at me for taking your hand?
No, not at all. I chose to fucking pull the trigger a second time.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly how that went down. Oh yeah, you would have to do dodge and athletics to like backpedal.
Right, and I failed. The first like fucking dozen rolls that I rolled, like, were all fails.
Speaking of which, did you guys add your points?
Yeah,
I
there was a
did.
lot.
Have you
Yeah.
been doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was
Remember,
a
no
ton.
score can go over 80. Remember that.
Right. So that's why I think, because you are a part of that thing.
Yeah.
Like you're all the same blades of. You guys are different blades. Chop.
Hey,
I know what you're trying to say, because it did. It
Outta here, start the car.
told you, right? It was you that when it spoke to you, it said I couldn't cut off my own hand.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You, I can't. If you're, I can't kill you.
Yeah. Like
Like,
I
I
can help
couldn't
you,
do it.
but I can't.
Oh.
I can't kill you. I can't kill the mouth monster. I can help you both. Like I can fucking heal you
I
both.
said I
'cause you're
couldn't
all-
cut off my own hand.
Maybe.
Like possibly.
Yeah, maybe.
Good theory. Good theory.
Good answer. Good answer. Meat and fuck kingdom, Steve. So, the fire in front of you flickers and radiates a warming heat. The four of you stand a fair distance away, making sure the entirety of the van catches a blaze. The smell of burnt plastic and rubber fill the air quickly. The area where the corpse quickly decomposed, about halfway between you and the van, catches your eye. The nearby snow has melted, and something small sits in this indentation, and is failing to catch and reflect the light of the flame as the snow has. A hesitant step, and then another. And soon you can see, scattered in the snow where this creature was felled, several adult-sized teeth. Before you guys get in the car, you all notice this. What do you do? To establish Jerry is still in the back of the car. All the contents of the van have been put into this white sedan.
I want to grab like an evidence bag, if we have something like that. You know, a bag of some sort.
Sure.
We wanna take these.
Yeah, let's grab them. I'll meet you in the car.
I want to run out and, you know, pick up. I'll say all of them.
Yeah, there's 6 in total. They look human-like, adult-sized. 3 molars, 2 canines, and an incisor. Luckily, or suspiciously, no one has come out to investigate the sounds or the fire, which has been going on for maybe about a minute and a half. No sirens in the distance. The car is on. The headlights are on. Jerry's in the back seat. What are you guys doing?
I'll open the passenger side door, and I'll just I'm plopping it, and I imagine the adrenaline's kind of starting to fade for Roy, head leaning back up against the headrest of the seat, just waiting.
All right, we good?
I got nothing else here.
Car's pretty burning.
Yep, everything is ablaze.
All right, I want to. Well, I'm driving, I think, or you driving?
Yeah, you can drive.
Alright.
I'll stand back with Jerry.
Yeah, I'll hop in the driver's seat and there's one exit out of this parking lot, right?
Yep. 1 entrance, 1 exit.
I want to pull up to the entrance, not all the way there, 20 feet from it, and just get out and look out at the entrance.
Roll search. Car clock reads 10:02.
Nice. 97 on not a 97.
The coast is clear.
All right, I jog back into the back to the car, get in the driver's seat.
Okay.
Let's go.
Where are you heading?
Okay, I want to go back to Linwood Falls. I assume I would know the right or left to go towards the highway. Right?
Yeah, there's
Kinda remember how we
a
got here.
main highway to get out. You begin driving. As your heart rates settle and you begin to enter major traffic, Roy, Jerry, your pain becomes more and more pronounced. Roy, it feels like somebody's taking a saw to the top of your hand over and over. It is exposed nerve and it hurts, and it's not bleeding too much, but you can still see some red on the bandages. Jerry, you feel like you got a shark bite, like a chunk bitten out of you. You look fine, and you looked at your bandages earlier, and they looked seemingly fine, but it is an immense amount of pain. I don't know if you've ever experienced it as your character, but maybe even like how a broken rib feels. Just this throbbing pain, and if you move in just the wrong way, this entire jolt that shocks the entirety of your body. You are heading to Linwood, correct?
Yes, in the direction of Linwood. I mean, let me know before we like get there.
Yeah, so you're maybe about 10 minutes into this drive, another 20 minutes go by, and eventually you hit what would be the entrance to the main highway there that leads south to Linwood.
Once we get over to the highway, what are like? We're not going to Minneapolis Hospital. I mean, obviously, I didn't even entertain that. That's why we're down here. But like, is there just like the Linwood Falls Hospital? Like, you know,
St. Mary's is the one that comes
okay.
immediately to mind. But you would also know a decent amount of hospitals in Minneapolis as well. There's more in Minneapolis than there are in Linwood, but Linwood has St. Mary's, which is the largest one, and some like campus hospitals, which are just different subsections of St. Mary's that still have like a fully established and fully fleshed out hospital there.
Okay. Once we get on the highway, I'm like, Ray, where are you taking us?
Well, I'm gonna hightail it back to Linwood, but I mean, there's a couple things we could do if we need to stop earlier. I'm not dumb. I see you're in quite the predicament. We got to get you somewhere. I mean, we could always find, I don't know, state trooper station somewhere, closest one on the highway, and stop there, get a escort somewhere, you know. We're buddies with them.
Yeah, if we could. I don't want to go to any. I don't know about you, Jerry. I'm not going to any Minneapolis hospital. And frankly, I don't think we should go to Davey for this. He's a coroner. He's not going to have pain meds, shit like that.
All right, we're gonna hightail to Linwood first. State patrol car that we see. I don't know, I'll fucking do something to flag it down. All right, we got our badges. We're fine.
Can I take inventory of any cars that are behind us?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you're actively watching any cars behind you. You guys hit the main highway south towards Linwood, begin driving. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You're keeping an eye out for state patrol.
Yeah, cars, or if there's any like, you know, I don't want to say rest area. You know, they got like buildings every so often on like kind of like turnpike exits or whatever. You know, like if there's any type of like
gas
corral area for police, for, you know, highway patrol. You know what I mean? Like anything like that I
right.
see.
I'll
Law enforcement shit that I see that's state patrol, I want to go to that.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking.
Here's what I'll tell you. You're probably aware of the like this highway here from Linwood to Minneapolis. You know that there's no obviously no forward offices or any like even weighing stations that might have a state police presence or anything like that. What I will ask is for you to roll luck, but you're going to need 2 successes in a row.
Okay. This is to find a place, or this is for any contact at all?
This is for, because you know that there's not like a place. If you want to stop at a rest station and maybe wait around, that's going to be one thing, but you know that there's no like contact points like that you know of off of the top of your head, unless there's one speed trapping somewhere or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, and we're on a state highway, so this is absolutely state police jurisdiction. So yeah, actually, take that back. I want to start fucking flying down the highway.
Okay. All right. I'll cut that down. Then you only need 1 success of luck.
Like,
Sure.
I mean, not being like unsafe, but like, yeah, we're flying.
Pushing it a little bit. Roll luck. You can just roll luck once.
64 on a 50.
64 on a 50. You gun it. Well, I'm sorry. Would you like to re-roll for a permanent 1d6 loss of luck?
Nope.
You gun it down this highway, hit 90, 100, pushing 105, and you can hear the engine like pushing it. No lights come on. In fact, at this point in night, this highway is pretty empty.
So, Okay. How fast could we get home if I'm gunning it compared to normal driving? Like, if I'm pushing 30 miles an hour over what I'm typically going, we're going to shave, like, a lot of time off the strip, right?
Sure. Yeah, a decent amount. You begin gunning it, and you do not stop. You do not slow down.
So we don't see anyone. I want to say we get to whatever mile marker's halfway.
Mm-hmm. You guys have been driving for maybe about 45 minutes, and you are going at, like, the top speed that you possibly can get before you see on the other side, going north towards Minneapolis, what you believe to be a police cruiser, cut over, back around, and head down south on the shoulder going north, come down, and you're still gunning it.
I'm
Correct.
sorry. So with this, is he behind me now?
No, you just see he basically popped the U-turn on the northbound.
So
And
he
he's
was
on the
going. He was
shoulder.
in front of me.
He's on the left side of the northbound traffic. You're southbound traffic.
So he
There's
turned
like a
to that
median.
spot, or he was there and then you turned. Like
He is going on in the wrong direction of traffic on the shoulder.
okay.
Split second.
Oh, so he was going this way and he turned out. Okay.
Yeah, he's just on the shoulder going on the wrong way of traffic right now. This is just like in this split second.
So
no time has
I'm
passed.
sort of following him.
Sort of, yeah.
All right. Yeah. I just want to like keep just flying down the road.
Flying down the road. Is anyone saying anything during any of this as well? I imagine it's not on the forefront of your mind. Eventually you drive for maybe about like 30 seconds until you see an access road that connects to northbound and southbound highways, and you see him pull out of there with his lights on behind you.
Oh, word.
Lights are on.
Yeah.
When we drove past, was I able to grab what was on the side of the car?
What was on the side of the car?
If it's state or if it's just.
Oh,
a
yes.
local?
It's
state.
yeah, you can see that it's state police. It says state trooper on it.
Okay.
Yeah. As soon as he gets up on me, I start slowing down, like pretty aggressively, honestly, and like tail him over the shoulder.
Yep.
And once we stop, I want to put my badge up out of the window, like when he starts to get out.
Okay. You put your badge out. The lights cut, and you can see out of the rear view this guy get out. Clean cut. He looks younger, maybe like mid-20s for a state trooper. He's got one of those stupid state trooper hats on, too. And he moseys up, and he sees your badge, and he kind of like looks at it before he like leans in the window and leans in and says, You got a good reason to be going this fast?
I kind of look at him, but like he's in the passenger seat, yeah, because Caleb's in the back. I look at him just like for a split second, and then look back at him to start talking, just so he sees that his hand is cut off.
Looks over.
I'm
Do
like,
you
we
do anything, Roy?
Nah, Roy's like got his head pressed up against the window of the fucking thing, but he's got his arm up and he's like kind of gripping his wrist like with his eyes closed.
And as you're talking, he turns his flashlight on and kind of puts it in the back window as you're talking. Just kind of like looks in.
We listen. We need your help. We're all on the Fat Force. You hear about the Fat Force? We were doing work with y'all. We're from Linwood Falls. That's nothing.
We were working with the Skips, Donald.
Fat Force, huh? I heard about what you did in the sale. That was you guys?
Listen, it doesn't fucking matter right now. Well, we can talk about it. Where's the nearest hospital? Can you escort us somewhere?
Yeah, best we can do is head back to Minneapolis.
No. All right, fuck it. Escort us down to Linwood then. We're gonna fly though. All right.
Yeah, you got it. Sure. And he kind of like shakes off a little bit and runs back to his cruiser. Cuts the light on, peels out in front of you, and you guys begin driving rather fast. Take a program point. That was smart as fuck. Sirens blasting. Any conversations in this car? Stop me if there are. 10 minutes pass.
I just imagine I'm like fucking wincing in the back, like
Yeah.
20.
every bump. I'm like,
Medkit wouldn't have anything numbing in it, right?
Excuse me?
Wouldn't have any like numbing cream in it or anything? Medkits that we have?
No.
Okay.
30. 40 on top of getting this escort. An hour. You guys arrive entering Linwood about 45 minutes earlier than it should have taken you. Crossing the boundary into Linwood, you re-enter familiar territory as this state trooper begins driving towards what you can imagine would be St. Mary's, which is the closest one right when you enter. Begins driving. Do you follow him? He's been ahead of you this entire time.
Well, yeah, I'm going to St. Mary's, like straight to there.
Gotcha. So this state trooper and you both arrive maybe about 15 minutes later to this hospital. And you guys are familiar with it. This is where Nancy is. Outside, you see, pulling into the patient parking, you see a Linwood Falls cruiser. Don't recognize exactly whose car it is, but this state trooper kind of pulls over and kind of doesn't park, but parks kind of on like the fire, the what's that fucking thing called? Like the fire
lane.
Fire lane, yeah. Parks in there, puts it in idle, gets out. Do you park? Do you what do you do? Explain pulling into this.
I want to pull up right behind the state trooper car.
Gotcha. He steps out, and what do you guys do?
Kind of like in a mess, hurriedly, like get out to help Roy out of the passenger seat. I imagine you're doing the same.
I would walk up to the state trooper, actually, if he's helping them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys are kind of making waves out there. I don't know if...
Waves?
Yeah, everybody's talking about Fat Force.
I don't know if I'm going to take that as a good thing, but you did us a solid here.
Sure, absolutely. Anything for fellow police.
Thank you. Right now, I'm sorry, but I need to tend to my guys, but thank you for doing this. Hope we can meet sometime in the future.
Sure, absolutely.
Is he parked in the fire lane?
Yeah, he's right behind this state trooper.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just get out, and I'm not saying anything to him, but I'm gonna just give him a nod. And
Yeah, he's kind of just standing around. You guys need anything else?
Yeah, would you mind not telling? I know it's state police, but would you mind not telling anybody about this? Really, I don't know. Think of something.
You got it.
What's your name?
My name? Officer Joe Gill. And you better remember it.
If you need something, Joe, you let us know.
Yeah, you got it. Take care, guys. Good luck. Gets back in his cruiser and pulls out.
Caleb, can you want to take these in? Take these guys in. I got to do something with this car.
Yeah, no problem. Jerry,
Am I able to walk?
It is... You need help.
Okay.
all right. I guess I got. Did you lose your
Left arm.
left? Okay, so then I got Roy on my right side, kind of maybe blocking off that arm from a little bit of you, and I got Jerry's right arm slung over my shoulder, helping him in.
Gotcha. You guys go in through the front, and rather quickly met by reception. Do you flash badge?
I do, yes.
Okay. With that, very, very quickly, Roy, Jerry, you guys are kind of ushered off into rooms to be taken care of. Caleb, you're met with with one of the nurses who kind of steps over. What happened?
Yeah, just an accident. Let's not make a scene right now.
Okay.
Please.
Sure. Rather quickly, you guys are ushered off into your separate areas to be analyzed. Doctors come into you separately. Do you guys say anything before you guys are kind of separated? Do you guys do anything? I don't want to rush you around.
So are we gonna be in rooms next to each other? Or are we gonna be
Looks like you guys are on separate, across the hall.
across the hall? I'm like, I love you, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Rather
I don't say shit. It's
Yeah, Roy's quiet as well.
This hurt.
Rather quickly, you guys are laid down on beds, and the doctor will see you shortly. Ray, what are you doing?
First thing I do is I get in the car. I'm alone. I want to light up a cigarette and sit there and smoke the whole thing myself.
Gotcha. Caleb, what are you doing inside?
Is it okay for me to go back, or do they?
Well, just let the doctor take a look at him, and then you can see him afterwards, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Is there anyone you want me to call? Or?
No.
Okay.
And I walk back out the front door.
You walk out the front door to see Ray, who said, "I gotta take care of this car," sitting in the driver's seat, chuffing a dart.
Just ripping a fucking.
I sit in the passenger seat, hold out my hand for another.
I flick it to you. Well, what do you want to do with this car?
Once we get this evidence out, I mean, same thing as the other. I'll put a brick on the pedal, drive it into the river.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, they're going to be in there for a while, right?
It seems that they got to get evaluated. You got land? Anywhere you could store it? Back in the woods, maybe?
Let's, shit, man. Yeah. Well, let's go take a ride.
I got somewhere I want to go, and you might want to, too. I turn to the back seat, and I grab my duffel bag of bones. To Davy?
Well, yeah, there, but I want to go down No Name Street first.
Down No Name Street. Is that where you're heading?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to, well, I don't know what direction everything is, but I want to pass, or I don't want to go to my house.
Okay. You're gonna pass the police station, and then you're gonna pass Davies, and then you'll eventually make your way to No Name Street, coming from the east. So you'll hit the eviction house, and then your house after.
Okay, I want to slow down at the eviction house.
Okay. Just to make it clear, at this point in time, Roy, Jerry, you guys are being seen by doctors. They are analyzing your injuries and kind of going over stuff.
Okay.
You drive past No Name Street to see caution tape up. No police presence whatsoever. No bodies, no nothing. The one thing that you do notice that was not there is this blue canopy tent that's been erected on the front lawn. Seemingly nothing under it or in it or anything like that.
Oh, it's not even like walled off.
No.
It's just an
Just
overhead tent. Easy up.
Blue kind of 4-peg tent that's kind of been erected there, like a tailgate tent.
And is there, like, does it appear to be police equipment, the tent as well? Or it just seems like
You do not recognize it.
Okay.
But there is caution tape on the front door as well as around some trees off to the right, which seem to lead to, and Caleb, you would know this, where you believe the path was where that guy was lying on that rock.
All right. I mean, doesn't look like anything too crazy has changed, but I just wanted to see. I don't think we need to stop right now.
No, I mean, I mentioned Lieutenant, if somebody saw that tape recorder, if they could nab it, but Fed's in here. I doubt we got much.
Yeah. All right, Davies.
I'm with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Heading to Davies. Gonna jump back over to Roy. Roy, when the doctor sees you, the first thing he asks is, how did this happen?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt that, but I would have liked to have said that. I want to, before, like, while we're in separate rooms, I would like to go to, just get the fuck up and go to Jerry's
Okay,
room.
yeah, they're like, the doctor's gonna see you soon.
Yeah.
And you get up and kind of hobble over to the doorway. So it's basically, if you step out of your door, go down, like to the right 2 doors and across.
Okay.
And that's Jerry's room.
Okay.
Jerry, much in the same. You're kind of brought in with a little extra help to get laid down. The doctor doesn't see you just yet, but says, nurse says, doctor will see you soon.
I walk in and I'm just like leaning in the door, giving the door a knock, walking in, and I'm like, Jerry, can I look at, like, the shirt's ripped, right?
His shirt, yeah.
Yeah. What's it look like?
It looks like... It looks like a ripped shirt.
Sorry, what does the flesh look like?
He's bandaged at this point.
Fuck, that's right. I was gonna pull that thing off earlier. Like, okay. Like, what are you feeling down there? Like, does it feel like you were bit? Does it feel like...
Feels like a bite, yeah.
I'm just trying to think of what we can tell these fucking doctors right now.
I start taking the wrapping off.
Yeah. You take the wrapping off, and you can see what looks like a scar where you were bit. Healed over, like that white kind of scar look. Not like a fresh scar, but like an aged scar.
Mm-hmm.
Does it...
Is there bruising?
Not that you see.
So I'm looking at it, and...
He
like,
looks all right.
I'm like... You feeling all right?
No.
Sir, you can't be back here, a nurse says from behind your shoulder.
I look over my shoulder. I look back at Jerry. I'm like, unbandage my... I know I didn't fucking get him. Yeah. I unbandage my thing, though, and I'm looking to see...
Stomp bloodied. And now you've aggravated the bleeding, and you're bleeding more. And the nurse says, sir, please get back to your room.
Okay, and I'm staring at the wound, and I'm like, does it look like... Like, does Roy think, okay, this looks like a bite? Like, this looks
No, it looks like a clean cut.
Okay. All right.
And when I say bite, I don't mean that you see individual teeth marks, like a cartoonish shark bite. It looks like you got
Just
hit.
one cut?
It looks like you got hit in the side with a cannonball. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Imagine if you stood in front of a cannon. Imagine if you stood in front of a cannon and took 2 steps to the left and then got hit by the cannon.
Okay.
A semicircle preparation of ripped flesh that has scarred over.
Car. I look over, I'm like, all right. And I look at him, and I'm like, car accident. That's all we'll say. Walk out. Blood dripping on the floor.
Yeah, the blood dripping on the floor. And she's like chasing behind you and like trying to like apply pressure. Yeah. You make your way back to the room. And like I said, rather quickly, doctor does step in and says, how did this happen?
Car accident.
That's crazy. Jerry chuckles.
Say in the same fucking tone that Roy said it to Jerry. Roy's just like, car accident.
Okay, do you have the hand for reattachment surgery?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Where is it?
It's back. What the fuck?
No. It was digested by the mouth.
No, I'm kidding.
Of the car.
Oh my god! It's fucking lodged in the hood of the car.
It's gone.
They weren't able to get it back?
No.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to apply a local anesthesia. This is going to give you relief now so I can suture and stitch up what I need to. And it's a shame. If they were able to retrieve it, I might have been able to reattach it. Okay? I'm going to give you 2 shots. One's going to give you relief now. One's going to give you relief for the next couple of hours, okay?
All right.
He gives you 2 shots, and you can feel the pain quickly subside as he gives you the first. He says, this is lidocaine. Then he gives you the second, and you don't really feel anything. And he says, this is bupivacaine.
Bupivacaine.
This will give you relief in a couple of hours, but it'll last for a little bit longer than that, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to start suturing these wounds. I would suggest you don't look.
Okay.
And he begins with his thread and needle, surgically kind of closing you up. Some time does pass, and they're able to stitch what they need to, suture what they need to. From there, he wraps it in antibiotic bandages and gets you kind of all set up. He stands up straight and looks at you. So I'm going to prescribe a few things to you. First of all, it's going to be antibiotics to, reduce any risk of infection. Also going to give you high strength naproxen. That's essentially just an anti-inflammatory to stop any kind of swelling. I'll also prescribe you some gabapentin for any kind of nerve-related pain that you feel. You can get this filled at any pharmacy. Do you have a local pharmacy that you prefer?
I do, and I tell him the address of the old lady pharmacy.
Christensen?
The one where you spit on it?
Time out.
Did I spit on it?
Oh, yeah.
When did I spit on the old woman's?
You don't remember when you were saying that, Nick?
What?
You asked him if he spit on her pussy.
Sounds like something I would ask.
Ever spit on her pussy?
I can also prescribe you some bupivacaine, but that's not going to be covered by insurance, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's the second shot that I give you, which should be kicking in right about now. And you can feel as these anesthetics take over, a lot of this pain has subsided. Mechanically, here's what I will say. While you are experiencing this intense pain, worse pain than you have ever felt in your life, you're going to take penalties to your roll.
Okay.
Would you like bupivacaine?
Yeah. How much would a second, dose cost in the future?
$70.
70. Okay. Yeah. Fuck it.
Sure.
I'll take that too.
He writes it down.
And do you have a phone?
Yeah, I can bring you one.
All right. Thank you.
He steps out, and while he's leaving, he says, I'll get this faxed over to Christensen's pharmacy. They should have it ready for you in a few hours. They're 24 hours. I don't know if you know that. That old woman never sleeps.
Does he say that?
Yeah.
24 hours. Okay.
I don't think she knows how. I treated her husband. He died.
Did you?
Yeah. Pneumonia. He choked on his own fluids. It was horrible. She didn't even seem upset about it. Crazy bitch. She doesn't believe in medicine too. That's what she told me.
She's a pharmacist.
She said that.
I'd like to switch pharmacy. Can you send it to CVS? I don't fucking know. Anyone else?
No, you're going to Christensen because Joe wants to roleplay Miss Christensen.
Okay.
He steps out. Jerry, you receive a little bit of different treatment. The doctor steps in, says, "What seems to be the problem here?"
I'm just in some pain. I don't need too much intensive care. I just think I need some medicine.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look. All right.
All right.
He begins pushing and prodding. Like, does it hurt when I do this? Yeah, of course it fucking hurts when I do that.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of laying there and you're staring up at this light that's kind of cast down on you. And you're just staring at this light and it's bright and white, but you're not blinking, you're not closing your eyes because your mind is racing. You died. You should have been dead. But I'm not. But you live. You're hurt horribly, sure, but you're breathing. It saved you. It chose you and it saved you. And you're not sure what it is, but it's strong. And it helped you. It didn't help Roy. It didn't help Doug. You alone looked upon the face of a dead god and lived. You were handpicked. That's what it is. That's what it has to be. Handpicked. Jerry, I would like to introduce you to your disorder. Megalomania. Every time you lose 2 or more sanity in a single roll, you will trigger an acute episode in which every hint of doubt about your superiority will fill you with indignation. How dare you talk to me like that? I was handpicked.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god.
Don't you know who I am? What?
This is only when I lose 2 or more sanity points.
Yep. And these episodes can end whenever you see fit, but during that time that you are under the effects of an acute episode, every single roll that you make to make a good impression on an NPC or get help from an NPC will fail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
Got a
kind of
god complex. That's my fucking.
you have
what the
this
fuck?
epiphany just staring at the light.
Holy shit. That's a weird disorder.
Megalomania.
I have a god complex.
Yep.
God, I got fucking.
Do you know who I am?
And like I said, so when these episodes come on, you as Nick, you can choose when they end, whether it's someone gives you reasoning, someone gives you a couple hard slaps,
Yeah.
knocks you back in the game, however you want to do it. But
Shit.
Megalomania.
Fuck.
That's Jerry fucking Flores, bro.
I kind of is.
Flores.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit narcissistic, maybe.
So the doctor, after he's done, he kind of like looks at you and you're like wide-eyed just staring at the ceiling and he's like, Mr. Flores,
And I just like look at him.
I think that we'll need to bring you in for x-rays. At least take a look at whatever internally has happened here. My best guess is you may have broken a rib or two.
That's not necessary.
Sure. But just to get a look on the inside so we can tell exactly how best to treat it.
No. Not necessary. Can I like start getting up?
Yeah, and he's like, hey, look, just relax. I can tell that there's some internal bruising, possibly internal bleeding. We'd really like to get a look at this. It should only take a few moments. We can get you sent to x-rays right away. If gone untreated, it could harm you.
Can you give me medicine or not?
We can absolutely prescribe you medicine, but I need to know what kind of medicine to prescribe to you, sir.
Okay.
He gives you like a nod and kind of like walks backwards and like still looking at you. Opens the door, closes the door quickly and leaves. Few minutes pass before he comes in with like one of those big heavy smocks and he's like, right this way to the x-ray room, sir. Do you need help getting up?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He helps you up,
Yes, please.
brings you over to the x-ray room, sits you down, puts the smock on you, exposes like your side. X-ray tech comes in, takes some x-rays. A few minutes pass, and then you have to be ushered back. And he like lays you down and he says, I'm going to analyze these x-rays and come back to you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
He steps out. Ray and Caleb. What are we doing?
Going to visit an old friend.
Pull up to the locker.
Locker.
Davy Jones's locker.
Davy Jones's locker. You make your way rather quickly to the morgue, in which you know that Davy Jones is not going to be working because he got moved to day shift. I don't know if that occurred to anybody, but I'll drive over, park in the parking lot.
Fuck, Davy's not here.
I got something to do in there, regardless of Davy. If you got other things to do, you can drop me off here.
No, I'll come and hang with you.
All right. I grab my duffel bag of bones.
Grab your duffel bag of bones. Make your way in to reception. There's nobody at the desk, but there's a bell there.
When we pull in, I just want to make sure our car is parked. I don't want to like pull it in the back. I just want to park like as in the interior of the lot as I can, like
Okay, yeah.
there's bushes
that's
next to
easy
the
enough.
bushes, not like wide fucking open.
That's easy enough, yeah, to get yourself in some sort of urban kind of covered with other cars and bushes and stuff. Yeah, easy enough to set your car up that way. Make your way in. There's a bell at the front that says ring for assistance.
I walk in the morgue.
You walk directly back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What you see is Davy Jones working on a body, and he looks up at you two. Hey. About time.
Yeah. Surprised as us. Where'd you put that, the boy? he wasn't together.
The soup boy?
Yeah.
He's on the cooling boards. Listen.
All right, thanks. I walk by.
You walk by him. He looks at Ray. Do you know anything about what happened? And he points at the body.
I don't even look where he's pointing.
Mm-hmm.
What happened where?
At the hospital with Nancy.
Oh, jeez, man.
Looking down at the body, you can see the cadaver of Nancy Gossman laying there dissected. And that's where we're going to pick up next session.
Thanks for listening to this episode of LFVCU, a Nasty Table production.